Everyone, how are you doing today? How are you guys doing today? Good afternoon from California. If you're new here, go ahead and introduce yourselves. I want to know you. I want to meet you. Where are you watching from? Thank you so much for joining in. And if you're a returning subscriber, I want to say a big thank you to you guys. Thank you for always tuning in to watch my videos. If you're yet to check out my previous videos on grants, please go ahead and check out those videos before the deadlines. Yes. And I'm going to be sharing a lot of grants videos this season. Yes. So if you're new, if you're seeing me for the first time, if you're seeing this hyper queen for the first time, my name is Mariam. I am a YouTube coach. I help people start their YouTube channel from zero and get monetized real quick. And I also show you how to make money on your YouTube without relying on the views. So if you want to book a free consultation, find it in the link, find it in the description of every of my videos, and go ahead and book that call today. Yes, I'm going to help you get your channel started like a pro. And I'll show you how I got 3 million views in 2 months on my channel. So without further ado, let's just go right into today's topic. Today I'll be talking about how to fan your flame. Have you ever heard that word before? Happy Sunday, Regina, Michelle, a slice of Sam. Thank you so much for joining in. Have you ever heard that word before? Fan your flame. What does it mean to actually fan your flame? Yes, so that's what we're going to be ruminating on this afternoon. So today we proceed with another life hacks with chassis everything, another episode of life hacks with me. So go ahead and watch my videos. Like I said, I have a $25,000 grant, a $2,000 grant, there's a $30,000 grant. Go ahead and turn on your notification bells each time you see me schedule a video to be dropped on a later date, to be published on a later date. So go ahead and also register for my free networking events. It's in the link in the bio. I host a free networking event once every month. So go ahead and check it out and register because if you do not register, you're unable to attend the free networking events. Also follow me on Instagram, like and share this video. Give a thumbs up. Yes. So how to fan your flame. We're going to talk about how to fan your flame. So have you noticed you have some people that you find it difficult to share good news with? And maybe when you tell them you share a huge milestone, you're really excited about that great feat of yours, and by the time you tell them, just douse your flame. They just trivialize it. They make you look like, so what was the big deal? They kill the excitement, they kill that flame, that fire in you. So it's high time you start to reshuffle the people in your circle. Yes, if you have friends that are not helping you to fan your flames, then you might need to rethink, you might need to re-strategize, or you might need to cut such people off from your life. Yes. So today, let's talk about how to fan your flame. Yes. So, because if care is not taken, some people will actually, they will kill the flame. They will kill it over time. When you've been constantly surrounded with people who always, try to put you down or try to make that great, your achievements look like nothing, so it might be time to just excuse yourself from them. Yes. Because these people have no good plans for you. They have no good intentions toward you. So you have to check the people around you. Yes, go ahead and check the people. Who are the people that you hang around with? Like I always say, you are the average of the 5 people that you mostly hang around with. If they are not fanning your flame, if they are not helping you develop yourself, if they are not pointing out those great traits in you, then you may need to have a rethink. Yes, you may need to check those people around you. Do they ignite your fire, or do they quench your fire every time? You need people that would consider, hey, Nurse Kafi, thank you so much for joining in. Alaja, salam alaikum. So you might need to have a rethink with the kind of people that you hang around with. So if they always quench your fire, it might be time for you to just, let them go. Yes, let them go. You can't, there are some people that you can't even share good news about your success with. The moment you share it with them, they just kill your spirit instantly. Have you ever experienced such people in your life? Leave it in the comments. Hey, Z-Berry, thank you so much for joining in. Yes, your network is your net worth. The people that you have in your circle, they go a long way in determining how successful you will be to a very large extent. Yes. So if your people, if your friend, your so-called friends are not, igniting your fire for you, they are not trying to light you up, they are not cheering you up, they are not, encouraging you, then you might need to have a, reshuffle your circle. Yes, you might need to have a reshuffle. Just move things around. So do you have frenemies? Yes, I call them frenemies. Do you have friends that are like, people who disguise as friends, but they are truly your enemies? Do you have frenemies who are guilty of this? Yes, so you might need to write down their names, take stock, and start to delete. So I mean, like I said, sometimes you cross a huge milestone, you're so excited, you want to share with them. Oh my goodness, guess what? I did this, I won this. And they're like, so what? They just kill that excitement. And it's bad. Honestly, it's terrible. I've been in the midst of people where it was hard for me to share good news, and it might just it might be a bit disappointing to even note that it was in the church where I cannot share good news in church. They just kill that enthusiasm straight up. It's so bad. Yes, they are joy killers. It's so bad. In fact, when you dress well in the previous church, when you dress well, they feel, are you okay? There was a day they even put it to me directly. They said it, and it was too late to take it back. So it was a Wednesday midweek service, and I was there. Of course, I'm always looking glammed. I don't know about you, but me, I always look good. Looking good is good business. So I got to church that evening, and the next thing they were saying, what's the occasion? That thing was just, it was like a blow. It was like, did I not hear right? And I was thinking about, I was like, what do you mean? And there were two of them. They were still saying, I mean, why are you dressed? Like, what's the occasion? And I'm like, really? Also, I should come here in tatters because, so a third person came in and saw that it was already almost becoming something else. And she quickly changed the topic and said, oh, do you know, you dress so good. And guess what? In the 60s, in America in the 60s, women actually dress like this every day at home. They dress like this, like they're going to work every day. And I'm like, okay, you guys, looks like I'm in the wrong place. Oh, Laquita, thank you so much for joining. Yes, Nurse Kafi said all they want is straight bad news. Yes, Regina, church people can be the worst. Yes, I agree, honestly. And some of them have actually stopped some people from even coming to church because of their attitude. But we are Christians. We believe in God, and we shouldn't deter, we shouldn't allow those people to stop us from worshiping God. I have a friend, I used to have a friend who actually, her church disappointed her and she stopped going to church. But today we're not talking about the church. I just gave an example of what happened and how disappointing it is to know that people can actually douse your fire in church. Yes. So the moment you see that, and don't wait until they kill it completely, because yes, they can kill it completely if you don't leave, if you don't flee on time. You start to doubt yourself. You start to think you're not good enough. You start to think that you're overthinking, or I mean that you're overestimating yourself. You start to think, oh no, I don't think I'm as great as I thought. But you are great. We all are great. Yes. So you need to be in the right circle where they will help you fan your flame, where you share one idea and they're like, oh yes, I mentioned there was a time I have a friend who said, I told the guy I would love to have my private jet someday. And immediately the guy said, down your street, you can actually buy a jet. Like, I'm not kidding you. So these are people that believe in you. These are people that they want to see you grow. They want to see you win. So you have to be in the midst of people who are constantly cheering you up, who tell you what you need to know, not just what you want to hear, but what you need to know. Something, I mean, they give you news, good information that will help you become a better version of yourself. Blind guy, his wife, they're like, he said, not everyone is used to the good life of class and standards. Yeah. We can only educate them by being an example. Show up and show out. Thank you, Laquita, for that. I love, yes, show up and show out. Show them that you're different. Yes, you may dress like, you may choose to dress like someone who is mourning. I mean, that's okay for you, but me, no, 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 no. I'm celebrating every day. This thing called life, I'm a celebrate it. Yes. So hey, naturally Roshani, thank you so much for joining in. Happy Sunday, sis. Thank you so much for tuning in. Please like this video. Please like and share. Please like and share if you can. Tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend. So let's talk about how to fan our flames. Yes. So, like I said, you have to really be careful, be mindful of the people that you spend most of your time with, because honestly, these people can kill your shine, they can kill that your morale, your ginger, they can kill it if care is not taken. Now, I had a friend who I inspired to return back to school, and when we met, we got talking, and realized she was going through a tough time at the time. So, and I realized she was investing so much time and energy in that bad stuff that happened to her, And I told her, hey, sweetheart, you need to move that, your concentration away from that negativity and go back to school. She doesn't have a first degree. So she enrolled, I'm just happy that everywhere I find myself, I try to be a good influence. I try to be a blessing, no matter how small, So she enrolled into school. I was very happy. I was always asking, hey girl, how are your classes going? She's like, oh my God, it's hard, it's tough. It's this. Sometimes I call her and she's like, guess what? I'm in class. I'm so happy, that at least she's doing something with herself. And it's just a matter of time. Yes, tough times, never last. Tough people do. So you will endure for how many years? 2, 3, 4 years. And after that, you're done. You get your papers and you live the life of your dreams. You add an extra, a feather to your cap, as we always say, where I come from. So she started school. I was very happy. I was inspired. I was, glad that she was moving on. And then after we moved, because we bought a house, so we had to move away from the area. And when we get talking, I expect her to just chip in one or two things about classes. Hey, this class was, pretty tough this semester or last semester. Oh, I passed my papers. I was just expecting her to chip in one or two things about her school, but she never did. So one day I know something just struck me like, hey girl, how is school going, Jare? Give me gist. What's up? And she said she was going to continue next semester. I was like, what do you mean? She said, I took a break. Hey, bracket reviews. Thank you so much for joining in. So she said sorry, I didn't want to lose my chain of thoughts. So I was talking about a friend of mine that I inspired to go back to school. So by the time I left, like I said, we moved to our home and, I was asking, she wasn't talking about school anymore. So I was like, girl, what's going on? She said, oh, she took a break. I'm like, you took a break? Why? She said it was tough. I said, look, school is not easy. Don't expect it to be easy. And she was like she's trying, but she's gonna go back. She will resume next semester. The next semester, she never talked about school. And I'm like, sweetheart, what's going on? Girl, what's going on? She opened up that she dropped. Hey God, I was like, why? She said, ever since you moved out, there was no one to encourage me. I was like, what? I'm just a phone call away. Just call me, no matter how tough it is. Call me and I'll share my experiences with you. No wahala. Call me and I'll share my experiences. If you think it's bad, I shared my experience, on this platform. Yeah, when I took a class and I saw my results, right? And the lecturer gave me F. Here in US, the lecturer failed me. Like I failed the class, but I passed the class. I know that I passed the class. I knew I follow my scores. I knew what I scored. And when he failed me, I took I don't even know where the inspiration came from one movie that I watched that night. I didn't know why I was because I don't watch movies. And I went back and I did. I had, because I told myself it is not over until it's over. Because the lecturer told me they had already submitted the result. There's nothing he can do. We did the exam, that course through a third party application, which is called Pearson. For those of you that studied in the United States, we used Pearson at the time to take our assignments, group assignments and stuff like that. So he said, Pearson are closed for the year and there's nothing they can do. I had to email Pearson. I had to chat the customer service. They checked my result for me back in and I passed. And I emailed the lecturer and he changed my grade. So imagine if I didn't take that extra step. So I told her, you would have called me, I would have shared my experiences with you. Like I said, tough times, don't last, but tough people do. Even when things look rough, even when things look hard for you, trust me, there's always light at the end of the tunnel. You just need more people around you that would encourage you, that would boost your morale, that will help you, achieve your goals. So don't quit, even when it looks like it's tough. Every good things it's not easy. If it was easy, everybody in this world would be billionaires. All of us will be billionaires. But many people are not ready to put in the work. So you need to be around people that would help you fan your flame. Yes. Okay, let me read what some of you amazing people are writing. It's like of Sam said, you got to be passionate and be purposeful with what you want with your life. Yes, you have to be passionate about it and be mindful of the people around you. Laquita, blind guy, his wife, their life said, happy Sunday to everyone who has liked, shared and chosen to tell a friend to tell a friend. Please go ahead and like this video if you have not. Give it a thumbs up. And I go live every Sunday, 1 p.m. Pacific time, even though I was 10 minutes late today. I apologize for that. So join me, make it a date every Sunday to join me here. Let's have a chit chat. And I love to also read from you guys. I love to learn from you as well. Bracket Review said, how are you doing? I'm good. Okay, so okay. Uric acid, I'm fine, thank you. Okay, so Roshani said, I know school can be hard, especially when you don't have anyone to motivate and push you through. Life is hard at times, but we just have to move. Yes, you're absolutely right. I remember when I was studying for my first degree back at OAU campus, Obafemi Awolowo University. I studied economics, by the way. I remember I heard it. I overheard it, though, that if you don't quit school in your first year and your second year, you can't quit school again. It's going to be tough. Like, you're going to be exposed to some kind of toughness that you haven't experienced in high school, that you haven't experienced before. So if you can endure those toughness the first year and second year of university, nothing will scare you again. Nothing would get to you again, right? So yes, school can be really hard. But when I heard that, I knew for a fact that okay, I was ready. So by the time I got to school in 100 level, it was like, girl, what are you doing here? Quit! Like, why are you stressing yourself? But I was able to scale through, to part 2, to part 3. So you learn endurance, you learn that toughness, especially not just in school, so that after school you're able to face those vicissitudes of life. Life will not box you into a corner, it will not kick you to a curb. So you need to, build that resilience over time, so that things like this don't get to you or make you quit your dreams. Yeah. So Noskafi said, it's not over until it's over. Don't give up. Yes, please do not give up. Don't give up. Oh, thank you so much for sharing. Laquita shared me out. Thank you. You see, this is why it's good to share out my live streams or people's live streams. When you do that, your friends will see that, there's a live stream going on, and they will check. And even if it's a video that I'm premiering, when I'm premiering, just go ahead and share it on your community tab, share it on Twitter, share it on Facebook, just share it in different groups, and then people will join us. So thank you so much for sharing me out, blind guy, his wife, their life. She said, tough situations don't last, but tough people do. Go after tough things. Yes, don't go after the easy things. When you go after the easy things, you get crumbs. You don't get the real deal, I tell you. Noskafi said, there is light at the end of the tunnel. Find your tribe, people who will cheer you up and fan your flame. Yes, absolutely, yes. Thank you so much for that. You guys are amazing. So now I'm trying to get her back into school. I don't want her to quit, because if you take a leave of absence, for instance, and maybe you take a year off and you don't go back after a year, the school might send you an email, and if they don't hear from you, everything you did might just go in the bin. I may need to start all over again, So we need to be mindful of the kind of people that we surround ourselves with. Now, people who inspire you to be better. You need to be around people who inspire you to be better. People who share ideas on how to better yourself. I, for one, I always inform my friends, if you're in my circle, hey, mom of triplets, thank you so much for joining in. You are amazing. Okay, no problem. Thank you so much, mom of triplets. So I try to inform people around me, like you see me share. Thank you. I look so beautiful. Thank you so much. Like you see me share information on grants. Somebody has asked me before, why do you always share grants information on your channel? And I shared with them. I belong to some entrepreneur. I think I've shared it before on my channel. I belong to some entrepreneur groups on Facebook, and I realized, some people would win $100,000 grants, but they would never share with anyone at the time of application. They will only come out to say, hey, I won $100,000 grant. By the time you check the application, it has closed. They come again and say, oh, I just won $50,000. I just won $20,000. I just got a $10,000 grant. But nobody loves to, share. I notice people hoard the information. So I said, okay, since no one is willing to share, um let me try and start applying for myself. So I started applying and I won. I won my first grant. I won another grant. And I said, sweetie, why don't you start sharing this information with everyone? And that's how I started sharing grants information with people. So even grants that I don't qualify for, that other people may qualify for, like I may find a grant for nonprofits. I don't have a nonprofit. I share as well on my channel. So when I find grants for students, I share with people on my channel. When I find grants for, people in tech, I'm not in tech, I share it as well on my channel. So I just go looking for grants and how I can be a blessing to other people. Gamer bro, thank you so much. Hey, Professor Lifestyle, thank you so much for joining in. You are amazing. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Please like this video and share if you can. Yes. So yes, we need to surround ourselves with people who will inspire us to do better. And I'll also share something. There was a lady I met when I was in school, when I was studying for my first degree at OAU campus. I met a lady, and the first time I saw her, I was like, what? You are beautiful. And she was like, are you from South Africa? Because at the time, South Africans have a certain look. They all look like models. Well, to me at the time, judging by the few people I've met from South Africa. So yes, so so I told her, do you know that you're a model? So I changed her name. Yes, I changed her name instantly in front of her. I changed her name to Model. I added Model to her last name. So every time I want to call her, I call her, Model. So everybody around me started calling her Model. And that's how she started developing her self-confidence. She started believing that she's like 6', she's 6'1". Yeah. But no one has ever called her a model before. Well, for me, if I identify a gift that you have, I tell you, sweethearts, build on this thing. Build on this. I don't care if it's not me. Your win is my win. That's how I think. That's the way I reason, and I can't help it. I can't help but wish everyone win, wish everyone successes, great successes. I want to celebrate you, So now the thing is, so I told her, why don't you contest as Miss Campus? I got her first form when I found out that they were selling forms for Miss Campus, someone to contest as Miss Campus. I got her first form and she was like, okay, so she started developing her self-confidence from there. And I left campus after a while. And guess what? She contested as Miss Nigeria. Yes, she did. And she was second runner-up. She got the medal, and the next time I saw her, we hugged and she said, I dedicate this to you. Like, you inspired me to even, no one has ever called her a model before we met. But she was able to reach, you are 6'9". For yeah. So she was able to, get to her highest potential. Like, pretty much, because I started to inspire her. And I think the world would be a better place if all of us would inspire one another. Yes, if all of us would love and inspire one another. Bracket Review said, to be sincere, this beautiful queen has motivated something long time ago to post video consistently, and here I am today. She's truly a blessing. We need people that can motivate us. Thank you. Who are you referring to? Bracket Reviews. Yeah, okay, Professor Lifestyle. I'm telling you, it's a big struggle. We almost don't get notifications anymore, so I have to even go on different social media platforms to inform people, hey, I'm premiering now, join my premiere, because YouTube has been really stingy with notifying our audience, about our videos, and that's why you have people with 10,000 subscribers having 100 views. It's bad. YouTube has just decided to neglect. But it's all good. So, Noskafi said, thank you for being a huge support system. I will tell the story someday. Oh, I love you. Oh, I love you, sis. Oh, blind guy, his wife inspired. Okay, mom of triplets. Wait. Okay, mom of triplets inspired blind. Thank you for being an inspiration, mom of triplets. Thank you. Yeah. So, thank you, Naturally Rushani. Thank you. Mom of triplets. Okay. Blind guy, his wife, their life said, exactly, I agree with you on the power of motivation. Bracket reviews, Miriam is creating supermodels out there. We thank God. Okay, one multiplex said, it's not good because there are at times I try to search, okay, to search her, talking about her videos. Yes, so naturally, Roshani, you're right. I have to check its time. Okay, was it? I'm talking about the gorgeous queen. You, of course. Oh, thank you, Bracket Reviews. You guys are just amazing in the comments, man. Thank you. Please don't forget to like this video. So surround yourself with like-minded people, people who really care about the other species that we share as a whole. So you have to surround yourself with conscious people and you will raise your level of consciousness. Yes. You have to surround yourself with good people and you will find yourself being a better person. Surround yourself with knowledgeable people and your intelligence will grow. You can also do that even with reading. By reading, like I always say, when you read a book written by President Barack Obama, it's as good as you hanging out with President Barack Obama. Yes. When you read a book written by Oprah, you are hanging out with her. That is exactly her. That's how she thinks. You're reading what is coming from her heart. So she's pretty much talking to you. You are discussing. So that's whatever her book says represents her view, her honest views, about whatever the subject matter is. So when you read books by people who inspire you, is as good as you hanging out with them. One other thing I would say is to have a positive attitude. So in my experience, people are quickly turned off by anger. Yes, negativity. I'm telling you, doom and gloom, because people want to actually have a good time. So I recommend, just stay, excited. Stay excited. Have that positive attitude. Do not dim. This thing we call energy is contagious. If you tune into this video now and you hear me saying, you hear you easily get turned off, but when you see the outburst of energy, you're like, hey, yes, that's what I'm talking about, girl. Yeah. So Mama Triple said host, but there are people you try to encourage to make it and they see it as disturbing. So I'm gradually learning to let some people be. Yes, you have to. Oh yes, for your own sanity. Yes. I can tell. Bracket reviews. I mean, mom of triplets, I can tell that you were a model before you got married, of course. So learn to also celebrate other people. Learn to celebrate other people. I know sometimes it's not reciprocated, but you learn, it shouldn't stop you from being good to other people. But it's okay to shift from those people and create room for correct people in your life. I've experienced this exact thing I'm talking about. Toxic people that you try everything to lift them up, you do everything to make them become better versions, make them happy about themselves, even when they don't believe in themselves, they don't think anything good can come from them. Precious Gems, thank you so much for joining in. Please like and share if you can. Thank you. A slice of Sam said, spend time around people who remind you of the value that you add to others. Yes, that is so profound. Thank you for sharing that. A slice of Sam. And also one other thing I would say is catch people doing good. Just like I said, when you notice something, like I have a friend, her daughter is about the same age as my daughter, and her daughter came to my house at the time. It was about 4 years ago, and she's young. She was like 3, and she was talking about the planet. 3 or 4. She was talking about it. I was like, huh? Are you serious? She was talking about the Mercury, Venus. She was talking about Pluto. She was talking about Mars. She was talking about volcanic eruptions. I was like, yeah. Your daughter is a genius. At first, she couldn't even receive it. She couldn't even say thank you. She was still like, I was like, your daughter is a genius. What are you talking about? And she had to open up to me later that when her daughter speaks in front of other parents, they feel jealous for a child. A child. Thank you, Precious Gems, for sharing me out. For a child that you should encourage. Maybe that's our next astronomer. Maybe that's the next person that would invent something that would, help the world. So I started telling, and she was like, oh, thank you. I was like, please go away. Why should you be thanking me? Are you okay? She's my daughter too. Yeah. When she's excelling, my daughter is excelling. When she's excelling, I am excelling. I am proud of her. Come on. And she was like, she's been attacked so many times because her daughter is very intelligent. Like, the world is really crazy sometimes, honestly. So yeah, we need to be mindful of the people that we find ourselves with, and we should always catch people doing good. I mean, when you see them do something outstanding, tell them, praise them, encourage them, celebrate them, compliment them. Yes. Praise them. Praise them. So on this, I mean, we have come to the end. Oh, wow, it's already 30 minutes. I like to keep it, just within 30 minutes. We have come to the end of today's program, today's episode. But here are my final thoughts. So learning how to influence people is about centering your humanity. And if you want to utilize positive influence, focus on the way you communicate and improve the relationship with yourself first. I know it's hard to influence other people if you're still trying to figure out, how to communicate with yourself. So get comfortable with your uniqueness first and get out there and influence other people. But one last thing is this: when all else fails, turn to God. He will fan your flames. If you've been meeting people that have been dousing putting off your flames, turn to God, because God will fan your flames. Remember, He put those things there. He put the ideas, those dreams in your head, and He will give you the strength to carry on and deliver you to your destined greatness. And I hope with these few points of mine, I've been able to convince you and not confuse you that you can actually fan your flames in 2023 and become the best version of yourself. Till I see you guys again next week with another powerful and exciting episode. If you need me to discuss a subject matter, go ahead and leave it in the comments, and I'll be more than happy to tackle it right here. No problem, Mom of Triplets. We will definitely go and watch your video. Thank you so much for joining me. I'll see you guys next week. Take care and God bless you. Bye for now.